चलिए बच्चों, so now we're moving towards before leaving to the lunch. I think we will just go for the attendance. Right now I'm not going for the attendance. Meantime, let somebody come if they want. So okay guys, so we tried to learn the rights of unpaid seller yesterday, but before that we understood that these rights are available only if not only your seller, but along with that you need to do what? Unpaid seller. An unpaid seller definition has been very well defined under section 45 of the law. I guess you know about it, right? Fine. So now let's talk something about the rights in rem, that means right against the goods. What actions you can take against the goods, and the first one what we have, it is the right of lien. Right of lien. Now what do you mean by here the term called the lien? What do you mean by the term called the lien here? Anyone can explain me this? Lien का मतलब क्या होता है बच्चा? Seriously? Yeah. Okay, right of lien we will understand later on. What do you mean by the term lien first? Like, okay guys, I have a situation. You just try to figure it out. Assume at one day you come to me and say, Mr. Chirag, can you give me your bike? You are my friend, so I didn't say no to you. I said, okay, fine. You are my good friend. Take my bike. I handed over my keys to you. Okay. And you took my bike. You were riding. Okay, we can understand for 1 day, 2 days, 3. It is almost 15 days you didn't return my bike. But just because you are my neighbor, you are my friend. You know, in friendship we don't say much. And one day you came to me and say, Chirag, sir, you please keep my car. I said, car? What happened? He said, I'm going to Uti. I said, well, why would you go in car? He said, no, I'm going in your bike. In front of me, you are using my bike. Nobody is there home. You give me the car keys and you park the car at my ground and stated that you take care of my car until I come back. Until I come back. But still I didn't raise any objection. If I don't raise any objection, it's acceptance fine. I told you can go there. So now please try to understand there are two parties. One is me and other is let's say Mr. P here in this example. My bike is in P's position. P's car is in my position. When after 7 days he comes back and faces me and comes to me and says that Mr. Chirag, give me my car back. And now I lost my temper. I said, no, I will not. If you want your car back, give me my bike first. I said, come on, Mr. Chirag, you can't do that. I said, don't teach me a lesson. I want to do this. Simple business. Give me my bike and take your car. He files the case on me that illegally I have occupied the possession of his car and is threatening me, blackmailing me. My simple question to you is like, can I keep the car like this or I have to return this? What do you think? In fact, there's a huge value. My bike is just worth of assume that 10 lakhs. Your car is very expensive, let's say it's just 30 lakhs. No parity at all. So in this situation, guys, can I keep your car? Stating that until you return my bike, I won't keep that. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Alright, answer to this question is, you people in the law of business are allowed to do that, guys. Only condition is the position what you have obtained should be a legal position. It should be what? Legal position. That means this position must have come to you by legal means. What if at the night you went to his premise and stole the car, and then in the morning you're calling him and saying that if you want to get your car back, give me my bike back? And this right is not rightful. If voluntarily this position comes to your control, and then you put this condition that I want my bike back, until you return this I won't give your car back. Legally you can do, irrespective of the disparity in the price, guys. So don't you think this is a legal right enjoyed by me? Yes or no? And this legal right is known as lien. So lien word has a simple term. Until you return my rights, I don't let you to enjoy your rights. So something belongs to me is in your possession. Something belongs to you is in my possession. And simple. Let's play the game of revenge now. Return my things, take your things. Make sense? And this right in the eyes of law is known as what? Right. Is known as what? Right of lien. In fact, I'm surprised, guys. Come on, don't tell me you are hearing this word for the first time. You must have heard this word somewhere in your schoolings also. Let me tell you guys, have you heard about share forfeiture? Yes. So there was a difference during your schoolings. Your accounting teacher must have explained that. Share forfeiture versus share lien. Kanika knows about that. Perhaps somewhere it must have. If you haven't, तो शायद syllabus skip मान दिया. But there was a concept. Share forfeiture versus share lien. And the students are damn confused. What do you mean by share lien here? So try to understand you do what? There's a face value. Assume the company has demanded 7 rupees. So 7 rupees is the called up amount. What's uncalled amount here? What is uncalled up amount here? Answer is 3 rupees. What if guys company called those 3 rupees and you didn't pay it? You tell me first that paying those 3 rupees, is it your contractual liability? Is it your contractual liability? Answer to that question is of course yes, it is your contractual liability. You have to pay. It's not like you like to pay, you may pay. No. Once you are applying the shares and company accepted that application, you and company both are in the legal bind, guys, legal bond. How come? You have to pay the money what you promised, and company will give you the rights to enjoy the membership in the company. You can vote, you can participate in the ownership, you can participate in the management, you can claim the dividend also. There are a lot of rights in exchange you are getting. In fact, you can get the benefits of those market fluctuations also. These are the rights what companies allowing you to enjoy. So can I say it's a simple contract? Come on guys. Can I say it's a simple contract? So guys, those 10 rupees what are promised, it becomes your liability. So out of those 10, 7 you have already paid. What is unpaid amount now? 3. Now let me tell you guys, even after the consistent reminders, what if you don't pay those? Can I say technically that company's money lies with you? And your membership rights lie with the company? What if by serving the notice company says like this, that if you don't pay my 3 rupees, your all the membership rights are suspended till you pay my 3 rupees per share. So guys, company can legally do that. Come on guys, does it make sense or not? Yes. Pay my, no, this is my right, I'm not begging. This is my right. You promised, that's why I'm demanding. And it's a contractual right. It's what? Contractual right. Pay me that. So guys, this concept that until you pay my amount, I will suspend your membership right, or I will not allow you to enjoy what belongs to you. what is in my possession. This is known as shared lien. Am I clear? All right. Okay, guys. Only two questions. Have you understood what is lien concept? Have you also understood what is shared lien? वो पंखा कुछ ज्यादा ही आवाज कर रहा है. चलो छोड़ो. Lien is clear, but so far what we have understood, that's a general lien, means like I would say general concept, and second is the shared lien. But how the lien concept is significant as far as the Sales of Goods Act is concerned. So now let's understand, guys, the right of lien of the seller. Tell me one thing: after the sale, goods becomes whose property? Buyer's property. Okay. So let's take now the right of lien with a different perspective. The rule number one, guys, if it's cash sale, under the cash sale, guys, under what circumstances the right of lien will be exercised? Assume, guys, it is cash sale. I am the seller, and assume here Mr. Mayur, one character. He is the buyer. He is the buyer. Mr. Mayur comes to me and says, Mr. Chirag, I want to buy 7 crore rupees goods. I said, what about the money? You are new to me, you are fresher to me. I don't know, you have entered into the market for the first time. I don't know you. So only condition is like you have to pay me just now, as soon as I transfer the ownership. And he said, okay, so don't worry, I will online transfer. So guys, we have a deal. I will supply 7 crores and immediately you have to pay me what? 7 crores. So you selected the goods, guys. Goods were in deliverable state. And you said, Mr. Chirag, I like these goods. Would you like to sell me? Guys, if the goods are specific and in deliverable state, according to section 20, ownership gets transferred as soon as what happens? Contract is made. You told Mr. Chirag, I like these goods. Would you like to sell me? And I said, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. As soon as I call the word okay, ownership gets transferred. So those specific goods, now who is the new owner? Okay, Mr. Mayu is the new owner. So now I'm telling Mr. Mayu, okay, fine, I performed what I promised. Guys, in the contract of sale, seller has only and only one promise: transfer of possession, ownership. And he has done that. Is she alright? हाँ बेटा ठीक हो? प्लीज फोकस करो. एक बात बोलूं, जिंदगी में कभी कभार वो करना पड़ता है जो चाहे हमें अच्छा ना भी लगे. Because life is all about adaptability, is not about likings and disliking. हाँ समझ रहे हो? जो अच्छा लगे वही अगर जिंदगी में होता तो खैर कुछ और ही चीज होती, शायद मैं यहाँ ना होता. लेकिन भाई ठीक है, we have to do what we have to do. We do not have any option. So guys, there are two ways of life living. First, live the life according to the way you like, or live the life whatever comes in your life, make them liked. जो भी आता है उसको liking बना दो. जो भी आता है accept कर लो. Guys, second method will make your life easy. आप समझ रहे हो? Rest is on you, guys. I believe in the second mantra. Whatever comes in your life, just accept it and try to find the happiness out of that. Struggle कम हो जाए. Moral of the story is बेटा आपके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. आपको इस बेंच पे बैठना होगा. Am I clear? ठीक है. So here are the goods that have been sold for the 7 crores. I told the guy I have transferred the promise what I promised in the contract. Performed. Now it is your turn. Mayur tried to transfer those 7 crores, but he couldn't just because of some technical problem. He told Mr. Chirag, just a second, the network is not proper. Let me go to nearby cyber cafe. Let me log into my internet e-banking and I will transfer immediately 7 crores. This is at your convenience. We went to nearby cyber cafe even after the consistent tries. God knows what was the problem. He couldn't transfer the 7 crores. And then suddenly Mayur comes and telling me, Mr. Chirag, I'm sorry, I tried really very hard. You do one thing, you just give me this goods. I promise I will pay the money just after 2 days. I will pay the money. And guys, what did I say? Sorry, Mr. Mayur, I can't. First of all, give me money and then take goods. Guys, you tell me, have I exercised the right to flee in here? Let me explain that. After the contract of sale, can I say Mayur's goods are in my possession? I am using the words Mayur's possession, like Mayur's goods. Why? After the contract of sale, who becomes the owner? Mayur. And Mayur has the possession of my money. So simply guys saying, what dialogue I try to convey. I am simply trying to say, give my money, what is in your possession, take your goods, which is in my possession. So that's nothing but what? Guys, this is called the exercise of fear. पहले मेरे पैसे दे, बाद में तेरे goods लेके जाए. So guys, there's one MCQ what they ask in case of cash sale. When a seller can exercise the right of flee, answer is quite simple. As soon as the buyer fails to pay, immediately he can exercise the right of flee. Guys, am I clear? So what I'm trying to say, even though you are the owner of the goods, but still, as being the unpaid seller, I do have the right to say no to deliver the goods, guys. So, but like the unpaid seller not being look, if you want to offer me something, instead of money, what you offered, another promise, I will pay tomorrow. अरे हाँ है ना, बट लॉ कहता है प्राइस ऑफर होनी चाहिए, कोई प्रॉमिस ऑफर नहीं होना, बिकॉज promises are not price. I hope you are understanding. Only one thing can be considered as a tender, that's the legal tender of the price, and legal tender of the price in this entire country is nothing but money. Offer me money, that's all. Instead of that, you are giving the hope. Hopes are never ever considered as a legal tender. I hope you understand it. I think you might have understood this somewhere in economics of schools days, like legal tender. ऐसा कुछ पढ़ाया था. तो आप जानते हो, legal tender. So here the tendered word means the legal tender, and you know legal tender in India is only what? Money. Other than money, nothing is. I don't want to go into legal tender in detail, guys. It can take a lot of time. I hope you got it. Money means you only mean the currency. You don't mean currency means like either cash or online transfer. You don't go currency. 11 मिनट में बोल रहा हो गया. मेरे क्वेश्चन में मैंने स्पेसिफाई कर दिया है सोल्ड. और सेल के लिए क्या चाहिए यशराज? कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो चाहिए. स्पेसिफिक गुड्स आर डिलीवरी स्टेट एज सून एज ऑफर गॉट एक्सेप्टेड. खत्म बात. इतना सोचना ही क्यों है? फॉर्मूला है भाई, फॉर्मूला. Put the data. I want you the students, I want you already guys, don't take law as the theory. It's mathematics. Do you agree with me now? There is a specific formula. Study that, understand it. With the data you will get the answer. कुछ करना नहीं है, आराम से जा. अरे मर जाएगा वो, आराम से. कम ठीक है. आगे बढ़े भाई. Out of context focus यहाँ पे करना. छोड़ो. Now, another question is, guys, little bit I would say challenging, and that one is, what if it is credit sale? So next short part, what I can expect from you is exercising the right of lien in case of what? Credit sales. credit sale. So please try to understand, guys. Assume the same example. Same example. Mr. Mayur comes to me. He's a regular customer now. Since last 15 years, he's my regular customer. Made a very good deal with me. 10 crores, 7 crores. At one day comes and says, Mr. Chirag, the goods. I said, ले जाओ ना sir, आपकी दुकान है. I transferred the ownership of the goods. Amount is 7 crores. But the condition is, he will pay me the amount after 7 days and I will deliver the goods after 15 days. So guys, I have given him the credit period of 7 days. So this is about the credit sale. What if Mr. Mayur fails to pay the payment on 7th day? So without paying that money on 7th day, he comes on 15th and says, sir, my goods, can I exercise right of legal stating that sorry sir, you promised at 7th but you failed sir. Please give him the money first and then sir, I'll give you goods. No, sir. I'm not saying no, but sir, please give me money first. Can I use the dialogue? Can I use the dialogue? Can I use that dialogue? Yes, of course, yes, guys. So as soon as credit period expired and money is not paid, price is not paid, immediately, guys, the seller can exercise what? Right of lien. Simply says, pay my money first, take your goods. Your goods. I'm using the word with responsibility. Your goods, because after contract of sale, buyer becomes the owner. Make sense? So, guys, this is very easy, but let me twist the question now. Payment was promised to be paid after 15 days. But delivery was promised after 7 days. I have done nothing but just flip the data. Right? Now what happened? Payment is coming after 15 days, but delivery will happen prior to the payment. So before the credit period could get expired on the 7th day, when Mr. Mayur comes to take the delivery, I told him, give my money first and then I will give your goods. Only question to examine is this exercising valid or not valid? Please decide. Is this valid or not valid? Is this valid or not valid? Not valid. Some of you sounding like not valid reason.
So because the date was already fixed by them, only that they will need the payment.
हाँ तो ठीक है, but was I unpaid seller at the time of delivering the goods?
Yes.
If I was unpaid seller, can I exercise the right of lien? If I can exercise the right of lien, then why should I follow your argument when I have the better rights to ensure? Guys, the answers what you're giving, I'm not satisfied, I'm not convinced. Please counter my argument with your logical reasonings.
Right of lien.
Right now is not considered an unpaid seller as standard 3 days credit period.
But law doesn't say that if you have the credit period during that time you are not unpaid seller. Law की एक ही definition है. If whole of the price is not paid, your status will be. Even though there is a credit period, was I paid?
So the legal obligation.
Was I paid? Answer is no. My status is still unpaid seller for your card information.
There is no legal obligation.
There is no legal obligations. Guys, इसका आंसर किसी किताब में नहीं मिलेगा. Answer to this question is, Lakshita, I think you wanted to say something. बात समझो. आप कितना भी ICA का बुक पढ़ लो, you won't get the answer here. Because certain things you have to get out of your own research and findings, like by applying the logics, right? So I struggle very hard to get the answer because law has said if the payment period is 15 days, delivery was actually promised 7 days. And suddenly, guys, you change your mood. The seller comes to take the delivery and you said, sir, my money. Seller says, sir, I told you after 15 days. And suddenly you say, no, sir, actually I changed my mood. I changed my decision. I want money now. Seller says, excuse me, sir. I told you I have a contract, sir. I will pay you after 15 days, no, sir. I said, no, I want it now. Is this exercise valid or not? Answer to that question is no. Reason kya hai? Guys, 15 days is a part of contract. I hope you understand. Yes or no? It is a part of. So guys, it is a contractual term. So guys, on 15th day when you are saying that I will not give the goods, can I consider this as a breach of promise and breach of contract? Of course, yes. It was one of the terms of the contract that, okay, fine, you give me the money. Come on, guys. You know what? Why the law of contract was made? just to control those mood swings. I think at the very much day one I told you, just to control those mood swings of the person. Because every time, this is the limitation of the human brain, that it runs after just the profits and the places where he finds the comfort zone or the things what he like. तो अभी मैंने इस क्लास में कहा जो लाइक होता है उसके पीछे मत भागो, जो करना है उसके पीछे भागो, सक्सेस ज़्यादा मिलेगी. सीधी सी बात है. किसी को भी सुबह 7 बजे उठ के आके चिल्लाना पसंद नहीं होता, आना पड़ता है, बोलना पड़ता है. लाइकिंग का बात ही नहीं. वॉट एवर इज ड्यूटी ट्राई टू परफॉर्म, दैट्स ऑल. Am I clear? So my dear student, British has made this so that you cannot just turn around from your own words. Guys, you already given the credit period of 15 days and suddenly you say, I will not supply the goods, I want money back, even though credit period is not expired. Isn't it a breach of promise? Isn't it breach of words? And more of this, isn't it breach of contract?
Yes, sir.
Of course, yes. Law doesn't say you can't exercise, fine, still your status is unpaid. So if you want to do it, but just because of that, whatever loss cost to the buyer, you have to compensate. I'm not saying that you can't. You can. But that performance, that action comes up with the consequences. Because there was words. Am I clear to this? Make sense or not, guys? But now there is a question in CU Foundation. I think एक attempt में ये question आई थी, but काफी micro level की question है. Under what circumstances seller can exercise the right of lien even though credit period is not expired and he will not face any legal consequences? Now answer this. As only in one situation seller is allowed to do this, and I think 1, 2 and 3 answers are correct. When buyer becomes insolvent, बेटा क्या बन जाता है? When buyer becomes insolvent, he does not need to go for that. Am I clear?
Sir, we are added to the group.
Where is that? I want the authentic picture, teacher's side. But prepare this like I is the authentic group or just a student's group? Yes, sir. I want any teachers involved to take responsibility. बच्चों का ग्रुप है यार, ऐसे कोई लोग नहीं सकते. You do one thing. चल 3:30 तक की बात है. Future में. चलो अभी कंसीडर कर लो. I will speak with Kritika. Thank you. Next time when you want to get this, like I want to consider the features.
Just ask them.
Great. Because hosting this एक सेकंड. हाँ जी बोल. Yesterday, Yachar router, you already delivered the goods at 7th, but after expiry 15 days, he didn't pay money. So try to understand, you cannot exercise right in them, right in goods ko gaya. Because you can have the right over the goods only if you have a position. As soon as you lost the position, and buyer obtained it, you can do nothing on the goods. The reason is goods are already owned by. So try to exercise the other side right against the person. केस कर दो उसको. कल तो बताया था राइट टू फाइल सूट फॉर द प्राइस, तो राइट दो परसों में चले जाओ. सीधी सी बात है. हाँ, राइट ऑफ लियन गया. राइट ऑफ लियन फर्स्ट कंडीशन, सेलर मस्ट हैव टू हैव द पोजीशन. इतनी सारी आवाज कहाँ से आ रही है? ठीक है, चलो आज कंटिन्यू करेंगे गाइस. इज द पॉइंट नंबर 1 क्लियर? Is the point number 1 clear? So guys, if I ask you the question that even though credit period is not expired but still the seller can exercise the right of lien, tell that specific situation, only one situation. Buyer has become insolvent. That's only the situation. Am I- Pardon? Can we call the damages or not? वो तो बाद में आएगा ना बेटा. If I can get my goods back, I better to get that first. All of you know what's insolvency? पक्का? जानते हो? Okay. Let me ask just a simple question. Insolvency is a boon or curse?
Actually, both.
Is it negative term or positive term? Let's say you are declared as insolvent. For you, it is curse or boon? Simple question I'm asking.
So if you are declared insolvent, then you are no longer bound to any contract.
Sir, you said that only one condition is insolvency, right? But what if the business is under legal issue?
Legal?
Like there's a
Business, that is a personal problem.
no, it's on the like.
Whatever, if you have taken my goods, like look, I have your goods, no matter what personal problem you have, my simple point is, business in the problem is some litigations are going on and still declaration is not done. I cannot exercise the right of lien. And if I want whatever damage caused to you, I have to pay for it. Because law never says, okay, you tell me once the contract is made, can party breach it? Can party breach it? Guys, nowhere in the law of contract, sales of goods act, it is written that once the contract is made, you can't break it. You do it. You do it. It's not offense. But whatever loss caused to the other party, it is paid. So please never think like this that legally the contracts are not breakable. Legally the promises are not breakable. Guys, for your current information, the law of contract, law of sales of goods act is not criminal law. It's a civil law. In the civil law, में आपको जेल में नहीं भेजा जाता. Maximum what you can claim is just what? The compensation. Am I clear? So legally you can break the contract, but with consequences. That's only the extract of the entire story. Okay, guys. Now we are learning some rules regarding, I would say, the right of lien. Let's quickly go about to point number 1.
So you were telling something about insolvency.
हाँ तो आपको पता है सही और क्या बताऊँ चलो guys the question goes like this. Assume there are two parties, first is Mr. X and other is Mr. Y. Okay, so X has sold Y the diamonds worth of rupees crores, with the condition that if you're late in payment, we will charge interest at the rate of 10% per annum, of course.
10,000
Okay, guys. Now please try to understand over here. Payment was promised to be paid in 10 days, but delivery was at 15 days. Am I clear? You paid this 1 lakh crores. Mr. Y has been buyer. He paid these diamonds price on 13th day at night. So he's late by how many days? 3 days. Calculate the interest for the 3 days. First of all, calculate. Calci लेके आए हो? Okay, let me help you with this, guys.
Sure, sir.
1 lakh. अच्छा चलो आप भी बोलो.
So 82
80
Out of 82,
point something.
point
53 or
1
something. अरे simple है guys. 1 lakh crores multiply by 10%. Let's come to what? 10,000. So 10,000 crore is the per annum interest divided by 365. Per day interest multiply by 3. 3 days interest.
82.19.
Yeah, so 82 point.
2.
19. So this is what is supposed to pay as the additional interest. But Mr. B has paid 1 lakh crores on 13th day. So when he came on 15th to take the delivery of the diamonds, Mr. X denied. He said, pay my 82.19 crores first, which are the due charges, and then take your diamonds. My simple question to you, my dear students, as being unpaid seller, if you have exercised this right of lien, where 1 lakh crores have been paid, but 82.19 hasn't been paid, can you exercise the right of lien? It's very simple question. We can. Okay, guys, last bench. But answer to this question is
But
This is wrong answer.
this answer is right.
that right is wrong. So that right is wrong.
Really, I'm losing the trust. सही बात है. बेटा सही आंसर है.
Yes.
Sir, please, yes, don't believe.
I hate it. Sellers can not exercise the right. देखो इस ये है भाई. You can't go to the normal thinkings. Your thinking abilities must be here. Okay. And that's why I say the CA is not the cup of tea of everyone. Okay. I do not want to tell everything about, but why? Only Yashraj has the answer. No. Yashraj, your logics.
Sir, he has paid 1 lakh crores, so we can assume that 82 crores is small.
1 lakh crore, this is a small amount.
It's small. But जानते हो कितनी BMW आती है इसमें? His answer is right, but I'm sorry, not happy with the logic.
So like it comes under unpaid seller's rights, but it can't give him another unpaid seller right.
It comes under unpaid seller's right to persona, not right in goods.
Wrong. पागलो आपने ठीक से पढ़ा ही नहीं जो मैंने पढ़ाया. स्तुति. Have you found something? बेटा डेफिनेशन ऑफ अनपेड सैलरी पढ़ी है आप लोगों ने? एक बार फिर से पढ़ो. 45 ओपन सेक्शन 45.
Sir, you can use unpaid seller only.
अरे पढ़ो पागलो. All of the price is not paid, and this is something not part of price, my dear student. Are you getting my point? This is something called incidental charge, like interest, go down that freight charges, transportation. Guys, tell me, as soon as I pay 1 lakh crores to you, are you any more unpaid seller? Because all of the price has already been paid. When, guys, your status is not unpaid anymore, how can you exercise the rights of unpaid seller, brother? As simple as that. Guys, over here you can't hold the goods, guys. And if you do it, because of that, if Mr. B is suffering from some losses, guys, you have got you how to compensate that. You know, pagal nahi hai. They have not written that any due. They have precisely written the word called price. Guys, price has already been paid. This is something called incidental to the price. Here, logic was little bit okay, but not sophisticated, not professional. इतनी छोटी बड़ी की बात नहीं है. What if I would have said that out of this 1,99.99 lakhs crore paid, but what is the some 10,000 crores are not paid? If it is the part of price, still you are unpaid seller. But understand, complete payment has been made, and the definition says that if whole of the price hasn't been paid, you are unpaid.
So what if he gives the goods, but he doesn't pay that interest?
That's what she has already asked. Now persona. अब फिर केस करो प्राइस के लिए. But we are just discussing about the right of lien, guys. Am I clear? Okay. Now I'm going to the another question quickly. The point is Mr. X has sold chocolates to Y. 100 crores, suppose. कोई भी chocolate उठाना chocolates, suppose. X has sold, so ownership lies with Y. It was promised that you have to pay on 10th day and take the delivery on 15th. These people are at the two different locations, and therefore Mr. X went to the railway department and created railway receipt. You know, railway receipt is nothing but document of title, and anyone who holds it has the rights to use the goods as good as the title holder, as good as the owner. I think we have discussed these things in detail in this class. Document of. So look, you know, every seller needs to transfer the document of title first before the goods reach to the destination. All of you know about this? So transfer this railway receipt by courier to Mr. Y, you got it first. But on 10th day, he failed to pay. So on 15 days, when Mr. Y went to the railway station, what he found? Empty bogies. That means X didn't deliver the goods. When Y called X, what kind of joke it is? X ने simple सी बात बोली, you didn't pay my money, I didn't supply your goods. What right he has exercised? Right of lien, my dear students. Y's only argument is you can't do this because I have railway receipt. Yeah, if I didn't have railway receipt, you could have, I understand. Whereas you have transferred me the railway receipt, which is a document of title. So I have now double control. Control according to the contract, control according to the document of title. So you can't do this. In fact, exercising this right of lien is illegal. Just because of your delayed delivery now, I am causing the loss of let's 10 crores. You have to compensate me. Tell me Mr. Y in this example deserves to get 10 crores. What do you think about it? Does he deserve to get this 10 crores? Does he deserve to get the 10 crores?
No.
Okay guys, just one small thing I want to tell you. Okay, anyone has any comment, any opinion on that? Question समझ में आई भाई साहब? देखो हुआ क्या है? पहले ये पता बेटा कि डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ टाइटल क्या होता है? जिसके हाथ में वो कागज हो ना बेटा, वो पूरे गुड्स का ओनर बन जाता है. ऐसी इफेक्ट आती है लॉ में. तो एक्स ने रेलवे रिसीट इसको भेज दिया वाई को, लेकिन गुड्स नहीं भेजे. तो उसने कहा कि तेरा जो राइट ऑफ लियन जो तूने एक्सरसाइज किया वो गलत था और तूने मुझे टाइम पे गुड्स नहीं भेजे, तो मेरा लॉस हो गया 10 करोड़ का. तो इस वाई ने एक्स पे ये एलिगेशन लगाया, योर एक्सरसाइजिंग वाज अनलॉफुल, सो कॉम्पनसेट मी 10 करोड़. सो अल्टीमेटली माय क्वेश्चन इज व्हाटएवर मिस्टर एक्स डिड इन दिस एग्जांपल, वाज इट लॉफुल और अनलॉफुल? यही मेरा सवाल है. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. राइट टू lien is what kinds of right? Is it right to possess the goods or right about ownership? If it is right about ownership, seller does not have any control because ownership has already been. So please try to understand in the various courts cases, guys. In fact, the Supreme Court has commented that whenever we are talking about the right of lien, precisely right of, it is the right about possession. It's more concerned about the possession. It least concerned about the owner. So it doesn't matter whether you're owner or not. If you are owner, still seller can exercise. Even though you're not owner, still seller can exercise. So what am I trying to say, guys? Right of lien has nothing to do with the ownership. It has only to do with what? Possession. So if the seller has the possession of goods, anytime he can exercise the right of lien. Make sense? Anytime he can exercise the right of lien. So even though, guys, you have transferred the proof of, even though you have transferred the proof of ownership, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? Even without transfer, you are the owner. Even after the transfer, you are still owner. Guys, no impact at all. And this is totally legally valid. If it is valid, guys, your claim will get defeated. Make sense or not? Now let me try to get the another question now. Same question. Chocolates, X sold to Y. Now guys, try to understand. Now document of title is involved here. And that makes this question a little bit tricky. Why? Now who is possessing the document of title in this example? Who is possessing the document of title in this example? Mr. Y. So guys, why is the document of title? So what I did is like, I sold this 100 crore rupees chocolates to Mr. Z at 125 crores. And we are sure that on 15th day, my goods are coming. On 15th day, my goods are coming. You do one thing, you pay me 125 crores. You pay me 125 crores. बड़ा पूरा ध्यान रखना. Payment का day कौन सा था? Delivery का day कौन सा था? 15th. Yes or no? And now what happened is like Mr. Y sold the same goods which are not delivered yet to Mr. Z. At what price? And guys, what did he transfer? Document of title as well as ownership, guys. Owner can pass better title to other party. Have you learned about it? Only owner can sell the goods to other. Have you learned about this? So guys, if Mr. Y was owner, does he have right to sell the goods, his own goods to somebody else? Of course, yes. Even the payment is not paid. No, ऐसा थोड़ी कहता if the payment is not paid, you don't become owner. If you are the owner, it doesn't matter where the goods are lying. You can sell to third party. Can you sell to third party? No. Of course, yes, you can. So guys, why sold the goods to Mr. Z? Why sold goods to Mr. Z? Who's the new owner now? Guys, so Z status become owner. Z transferred 125 crores to Mr. Y. But why इतना चालाक है? He has not transferred 100 crores to Mr. X. So as soon as guys, Mr. Z finds that the train which has arrived, all the bogies are empty, nothing was loaded on that. He became furious. He went to Mr. X and said, "How dare you to uphold my goods? I already paid 125 crores to Mr. Y." X simply replied, "Look, my dear Z, I want to tell you one thing. I deserve that 100 crores. I didn't receive my payment. Still, the goods are in my possession. I do have right to exercise the right of lien because I am 100 seller." Fabulous argument from the Z side. Understood, Mr. X. You sold the goods to Mr. Y. So you have right to exercise the right of lien on Y's goods. But these goods are no more Y's goods. Now these goods belong to under my ownership. I am the new owner. So no, I don't know what problem you have with Mr. Y, but why did you uphold my goods? Release my goods. So guys, please technically try to understand when Mr. Z goes to X and demands the goods, X denies. So there are two right of lien he has exercised. First towards Mr. Y and second towards Mr. Z. I hope I'm clear. First we can justify, but how will we justify the second one? In short, in exam, this is only my question. If Mr. X exercises the right of lien towards Mr. Z and Mr. X has nothing to do with Mr. Z, is this exercise valid or not valid?
Sir, I think it will be valid because his right to lien is not in relation to ownership of goods, but is actually in relation to the specific goods.
No, according to your answer, not valid.
Not valid.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, valid, sir. Right of lien is valid.
Valid. Valid. Okay, guys, I will stretch a simple सी बात है. I don't care the goods sold to whom. Till who has the possession? And again, I told you, but the answer is as it is just what I said in my previous example. I don't care who is the owner, yeah, because the right of lien is least concerned about the ownership. It is more concerned with what? Possession, guys. My simple question at law is still Mr. Seller is possessing the goods? Yes. Has he lost the possession? No. If you have possession and the price is not paid for the contracted goods, you can exercise, and therefore X can very well exercise the right of lien towards Mr. Z. Towards Mr. Z. Make sense or not? Make sense or not? Just guys, imagine the man who is in the business. Just understand these rules. He will learn he will get empowered. Did you see that? Raghav, are you right?
So does that also have to be liable because like when you take over something, you should also take the liability of that.
Indian Contract Act, privity of contract. The contract is a private matter between two parties. All the parties should might know. Am I clear? So guys, come on, try to understand the contract between X and Y is different. Contract between Y and Z is different, and relation between Z and X is altogether different. I hope I'm clear. Don't try to correlate it. So all these three matters will be treated separately in the eyes of court. Make sense? Take your chance. I'm going to the next question now. Same? Yeah.
For binding the goods, that have to go to X for binding.
for buying. No, it's his choice. Come on, guys. Have to. Instead of that, I think I want to use the word like should. But should we don't discuss. Should means what voluntary. So we can recommend. And there is nothing that should tell me one thing. You have a bike. It is in your uncle's home. I want to buy this. Can you just tell me that, Mr. Chirag, my uncle's home is more close to you? Collect from there. So deals happen here, ownership is transferred here, but deliveries will happen at some other place. You tell me what's the wrong in this thing. So when you use the word have to, means you are imposing the legal obligations. I'm not legally bound, I have to go to X. It's my choice. It is Z's choice. He may go. Look, I'm telling you one simple thing. Guys, मैंने आपको एक चीज नहीं पढ़ाई थी सोगा में implied warranties. आप जानते हो ना, this example is the best example for the implied warranty. Which implied warranty is getting breached here? Anyone can tell? Breach of implied warranty as to quiet possession. What do you mean by quiet here? Okay, चलो इसको पढ़ा देता हूँ आज. जानना चाहोगे? Breach of implied warranty as to quiet. Quiet means undisturbed. Guys, you tell me, my students, if the buyer is getting disturbed even after getting the ownership due to the fault of the seller, he cannot cancel the contract, but whatever inconvenience and uncomfort he felt, can he claim the damages?
Yes.
Can he claim the damages?
Yes.
So my dear student, here this is the breach of implied warranty as to undisturbed possession. See this part, if I bought the goods, I shouldn't have any disturbance from the seller's side. Can I say if Mr. X is denying, it is that Mr. X is right? It is his right or not?
Yes.
Do that. Just because of this denial, whether Z will get disturbed or not. Will he be able to enjoy the quiet position? And this disturbance is caused because of whose mistake? So, if I ask this question, can Mr. Z cancel the contract with Mr. Y? Listen to my words. Can he cancel the contract? But you can cancel the contract only into what situation? When there is breach of condition. Y supplied the goods under his ownership. And bolo, he sold the goods under his ownership. So implied condition as to title is matched or not matched. As he supplied the goods according to description, of course yes. As he supplied the goods which are merchantable, no defect, of course yes. As he supplied according to the sample confirmation, of course yes. तो कौन सी condition breach हुई है? Answer is nothing. So you can't cancel the contract, but just because of his inconvenience, the max what you can claim is compensation. So the same question, but चलो यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Before I answer, Lakshita, I have one more situation. Assume एक बात ध्यान रखो बच्चे, जब गुड्स डिलीवर कर दिए जाते हैं, गुड्स क्या कर दिए जाते हैं? उसके बाद आप उसे रोक नहीं सकते. You can't stop the goods once they are delivered. Do you agree with me? You tell me one thing. Once Mr. X has delivered the goods to Mr. Y, can he exercise the right of lien? Can he exercise the right of lien? Once the goods are successfully delivered to Mr. Y, you can do nothing on that. Make sense or not? अब बड़ा इस delivery word को ध्यान रखना. Actually, I didn't want to teach that word delivery, but thank you for concentrating so much well. I have to tell this now. थोड़ा एक glimpse दे दूँगा, जरा समझिएगा उसको. Principle क्या है लॉ में? Once the goods are delivered, then you can't take the goods back until and unless there was a specific condition to do that. बड़ा मेरी स्पीड ओके चल रही है ना, समझ में आ रही है बात आपको? हाँ, इससे कम में शायद मैं नहीं जा सकता. आप जेन्युइन वाली वाले नहीं हो, थोड़ा कुछ तो करना. ठीक है, आपको नींद भी आ सकती है, बट अगर मैं कंट्रोल करता हूँ तो आपको भी करना. समझ रहे हो? हाँ, इंसान मेरे को आ सकती है, अभी तो नहीं आ रही है, पर आ सकती है. ठीक है, चलो हम सीधा पॉइंट पे आते हैं. अभी बाकी कोई डिस्कशन नहीं करना है, सीधे से बात करते हैं हम. तो कुछ निकल गया दिमाग, क्या पढ़ा रहे थे? In this example, X sold the chocolates to Y. He transferred what? Document of title. Promise was made to pay within 10 days. Delivery was after 15 days. Meantime, Mr. Y transfers the document of title to Mr. Z and he sold the goods to Mr. Z. But before transferring, Mr. Y called X and stated that Mr. X, I'm sorry I didn't pay, but would you mind if my buyer, Mr. Z, comes to your godown and just takes the delivery? Would you mind if Mr. Z comes and takes what? The delivery of the goods? Then Mr. X says, no problem, you can. Because he was expecting that on